welcome to the Best Is Yeti to Come RV. We are Derek and Amy Rodriguez, one Puerto Rican and one gringa, traveling the great USA, exploring the magnificent American landscape and its peculiar people. In our story, we hope to highlight all those free-spirited souls we meet out there. Who knows? We may even encounter him someday.
Amy and I are a little backwards when it comes to RVing. In the summer, we love the springs and we keep ourselves neck deep in the crystal waters. But in the winter, when the snowbirds are heading south, we're heading north for some cold weather.
So in February, we hit the road again and headed to North Georgia. Make sure you check our last video for footage of Dahlonega, Georgia. After a beautiful week there, hanging around the Appalachian Trail, we headed over to Helen. Helen is a very charming little town in North Georgia with a rich German heritage. It's like visiting a year-round Oktoberfest. Weather was cold, windy, sunny, and very brisk. Amy's not much of a beer drinker, but you know what they say, when in Germany, well, something like that. We ran into this unique Hellenian who served us the best beer in town.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Hey guys, my name is Chris Burnett, trail name Caveman. Okay, so check this out. I grew up in Florida, got a little discouraged, got a little depressed, had a lifelong dream of always hiking the Appalachian Trail, or any long trail for that matter. Appalachian happened to be the closest. And one day I just got up and decided, instead of being depressed and everything, I had a little money saved up and got my stepdad to drop me off at the beginning of the Appalachian Trail, which, if you're coming from south, starts at Amicalola National Park, or Amicalola Falls, put it that way. Now, as the trail goes, it's about 64, maybe a little less, give or take, of actual trail hiking. Plan was to go all the way to Maine. Had this little book that tells you every road you cross, however many miles in each direction is the nearest town. Came up to this little highway. I think it's 75, I believe, and it said Helen's, Georgia, this direction. Helen is Georgia's Gatlinburg, and growing up in Florida, we used to go to Gatlinburg as a vacation. So I decided to check it out, restock on some food. Came into town 13 years ago, mind you. Never left. Made some good friends. They were really persuasive, and I'm not good with peer pressure, so I stayed. One thing led to another, and it's 13 years later, and I'm still here, loving it. Every morning I wake up and I see these hills, and it still does the same thing for me that it did in the beginning. And so I figured, you know what, worst case scenario, when it doesn't do that for me anymore, I'm just not enjoying myself. Absolute worst case scenario. All I have to do is put a backpack back on and get lost in the woods. When that's your worst case scenario, life is not too shabby and nothing gets to you. I get to meet great people every day, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot more out there ahead of here. So, until next time, ciao.
Our restaurant of choice was the Hofbräu House Restaurant and Pub. They ushered us into the best seat in the house, overlooking the spectacular views of the Chattahoochee River, eating and enjoying the most amazing German food.
We camped at Unicoi Springs Campground. This is about a 10-minute drive from Helen. It was cozy and welcoming. The activity center was absolutely beautiful. It was like a cabin in the woods with a very inviting rustic feel. In the campground, we met John. He makes crosses for everybody he meets, local ministries and hospitals. He didn't want to be interviewed on video, but we were very touched by his gift to our Florida congregation in Lake Haven Church in Eustis, Florida. We saved the best for last. Anna Ruby Falls. Just wow.
Got my fountain in the glory. Moses high and Aaron low, face to face, all things make new. You come before me, and all of my desires, Yahweh, I come to know you. Tablet broken, bruised in the fight. I've learned how to slay my lambs and my will. Satisfied with manna, restorer from the quail. I've been sifted with the sand that clings to my skin. Lord, I will never forget.
Beautiful scenery, beautiful campground, beautiful food, beautiful person. It's been awesome.
Hands on the mountains, you go before me. In the desert place, got my fountain.
Yeah. Let's go walking at night in the Georgia mountains. Yeah, okay. Should be fine. It's just that there's not a lot of people camping right now. It's kind of bare. It's kind of bare, get it?
Oh, wow.